Good evening, Stockport County fans. We're back here with the match preview today. Stockport County take on Bolton Wanderers on opening day at Edgeley Park this upcoming Sunday. Back for the 25-26 season, very much looking forward to it. And Dave Chalmers has been speaking very glowingly about Sunday's opponents, saying that their team was strong enough to be in the top six last season, and he expected them to be in the playoffs by the end of this season as well. So Dave Chalmers spoke very glowingly of the opposition, and obviously he's very confident of his own team as well, and the business that has been taking place over the summer, two of which have had players come in this week alone. So Stockport County, as I say, open the season at home for a fifth year in a row. Stockport County haven't started the season away from home since the 2021 season, when they faced Torquay away from home. It finished in a 1-0 defeat. The Hatters also ended an unwanted record on opening day last season when they beat Cambridge United 2-0 thanks to goals from Louis Barry and Cal Wootton. That ended a 6-year wait to win on opening day. And of course, opening day opponents Bolton Wanderers missed out on the playoffs by 10 points last season. They were also one of 6 teams which Stockport County beat twice in the league last season, or did the double over. That includes a list of Blackpool, Shrewsbury, Reading, Burton and Exeter City. Of course, Stockport County beating Bolton 5-0 at home at Edgeley Park last November, and of course a narrow 1-0 win, I think was around mid-March. So of course Bolton have been active in the summer transfer window. Of course they changed manager last season as well. Ian Evatt was sacked and they brought in Steve Schumacher. And changes have been made over the summer. They brought in players like Xavier Simmons from Hull, Sam Dolby from Wrexham, and also Mason Burstow scored for Hull actually last weekend at Edgeley Park. Hopefully he doesn't make that 2 weekends in a row where he's on the score sheet. He did join them this week on loan for the 25-26 season. So this is how the 25-26 League One season is starting to look. Of course, the teams that join us in League One this season, we've got Wimbledon being promoted, of course Bradford as well, Cardiff being relegated, Doncaster champions of League 2 last season, they're now of course in League 1, but of course, as I say, we also have Cardiff, and if you've seen in the bottom half of the table based on alphabetical order, Luton Town of course in there as well, and other fellow Hatters, some might say they're fake Hatters. Port Vale as well promoted last season from League 2, and then we also have Plymouth Argyle of course being relegated from the Championship, and that'll be one of the away games to look forward to, I'm sure. Certainly going to be a long journey, there's no doubt about that. So as I say, Stockport County do start the season at home, but they also start the season in typical county fashion, and that is starting the season with a list of injury issues. This is the latest update on what's happening. This was spoke about in the fans forum midweek, so this is what Dave Chalmers had to say on some of the players that happen to be injured at this point in time. We'll start with Lewis Spate and Terry Edon. He said they're not short-term ones. They'll both see specialists this week. We're going to miss them. We have to expect the worst and hope it isn't that bad. There's no further update yet. Then he also spoke about Artur Hoskonen, of course, a new signing from Finland. He said, yes, again, we're not sure at the minute of timescales. Artur has come over a little bit fragmented season. He was left not to play after not signing a new deal last season. He came to us in good shape and we're really excited about him. Ideally, we'd like to have seen him on Sunday, but that just isn't the case. Then also on Joseph Olowu, of course, a new signing from Doncaster Rovers. He said no, Joseph Olowu was close to being fit. He had an injury last season with Doncaster, but we have options in that area. We feel the squad is in good is in a good place. Joe will be involved on Sunday, and he isn't too far away from it being the case that he starts games. So he's made it clear there he will be involved in the action on Sunday. Probably from the bench. Will we see him get game time? Let's wait and see, but he's certainly not going to be starting the game on Sunday, that's for sure. We also had a Jay Mingy update as well during that fans forum. He said Jay's back and in training after the regime. We put him on last season. Whether he'll be involved on Sunday, we'll see. He is available, so that's going to be an interesting one to keep an eye out. And now, of course, with Teo Edon being injured against Hull last Saturday, it raised a lot of questions about who was going to play in that left-back position or left-wing-back position, with him being the only recognised left-back, obviously with Rydell being loaned out to Exeter for the 25-26 season, and no recall option. Of course, Even Pye probably could have played there, but then the shortage that we just spoke about in terms of defensive options meant that would cause another issue at centre-back. So a lot of the talking this week has been about How are County going to line up? What's the best formation to go without a recognised left back? Well, County managed to fix that problem by bringing in a left back yesterday. Stockport County did announce the loan signing, but with a view to making permanent, of OWEN DODGSON from Burnley. As I say, that is an initial loan with a view to being made permanent. Stockport County did say yesterday on their club statement that Stockport County is delighted to announce the sign of left-sided defender OWEN DODGSON, who joins us from Burnley on a season-long loan deal with a view to being made permanent next summer. The 22-year-old arrives following an impressive loan spell at Bolton Albion in the second half of last season, where he played a key role in helping the Brewers secure League One safety under Gary Bowyer. Capable of playing anywhere on the left side of the defence, Owen's football journey began in Manchester United's academy, progressing through to their under-18s side before moving on to join Burnley in 2020. Joining Bolton on loan in January, at the time of his arrival, the Brewers were caught adrift at the bottom of League One with just 14 points from 24 games. A daunting 11 points from safety, the defender appeared in every single one of those fixtures, starting all but one of them, registering a goal and 4 assists whilst playing as a left wing back. Owen now joins County on an initial loan and will be available for Sunday's opening game against rivals Bolton Wanderers at a packed Edgeley Park. It talks about him playing as a left wing back, and obviously we brought in Corey O'Keefe from Barnsley on loan as well. So both fullbacks on loan this season, but both of them have been described as being their best position as a wing back as opposed to a full back, which makes me think we probably are going to go with the sort of 3-5-2 more often than we do go with the 4 at the back, the 4-2-3-1 or whatever it may be. So it's going to be interesting, and that kind of brings me on to what I think the team could be for the game on Sunday. This has been a little bit of a headache because there's so many options that it could be with those sort of full-backs who can play wing-back, but also because of the shortage of options in central defence. It has caused a few headaches when trying to figure out what this team will look like, certainly starting 11 on Sunday. So I had an initial lineup, which was a 3-5-2, and I changed it once we signed OWEN DODGSON. I think initially I had Jack Diamond playing left wing back, but this is how it initially looked. It was a 3-5-2 with, of course, Corey Adai, number 1 goalkeeper, Jay Mingy slotting into a back 3 of Connolly and Ethan Pye, O'Keefe at right wing back. Then I did have Diamond at left wing back, but I've changed that to OWEN DODGSON now, should we play a 3-5-2. Then I've gone with Ollie Norwood and Moxon in midfield, joined by Lewis Fiorini, who I think could have a breakthrough season, a breakout season in a Stockport County shirt. And then I think we'll go with a front 2 of Cal Wootton and Malik Mothersill, of course, who we brought in from Peterborough. Now that's if we play 3-5-2. If we play a 4-2-3-1, which I think there's a good chance we could do that as well, I think it'll be a back 4 of O'Keefe, Connolly, Pye and DODGSON, with Norwood, Camps in midfield, Jack Diamond on the right, Fiorini behind the striker, Malik Mothersill shifted out to the left-hand side, and of course the ever-present Cal Wootton up top. So it's going to be an interesting one to see what team he goes with. Like I say, I think because of the slight question marks over the defence mainly, it has given us a little bit of a headache, and obviously opening day as well. It's not like we have previous games to go off, so I'm very much looking forward to it as well. That starting 11 will be an interesting one when that drops around 11 o'clock on Sunday morning. There's no doubt about that. Now, of course, Bolton at home, opening day. It's a big game to have as your opening day, and it's an interesting first 5 fixtures as well for Stockport County. Obviously, Bolton on opening day, Edgeley Park, but then we've got Wycombe and Leighton Orient away, 2 teams which were in the playoffs last season. Could arguably be tough games depending on how well they'll do this season. I think Wycombe will, they dropped off a little bit at the back end of last season. I do think they'll drop off this season as well. So that's probably an easier game than it was last season going into that one. Leighton Orient, of course, got the better of us in that semi-final. That will be an interesting game away from home. Do I really want to go there again for a 3rd time this calendar year? I guess I will be doing so. Then Bradford City, a game which I did enjoy going to around December 2023, I think it would be. I can't remember the result that day. I don't think the result performance was that great, but it was nice to go to the ground, and hopefully, we'll go there later on in the season in better situation. But yeah, we take them on at home on a Tuesday night, I think it is, in August. And then, of course, you have Burton, OWEN DODGSON's former loan club last season, at home on August 23rd. So in that time, in these next first five fixtures, we see 3 matches at home and just 2 away from home. Going back to it, it is going to be interesting to see the team that does come out. Now, obviously, there'll be a lot of clamours for, Benno Anderson to start the game, Nathan Lowe to start, because obviously the excitement around those 2 players. Both, look like players that could have a really strong season in front of goal. But I do think that both will start on the bench. As I said, I think it's very clear that Challinor likes, to have Cal Wootton down the middle. He doesn't seem to want to be moved on that too much. But I do think he will probably have to change at some point this season, because if Nathan Lowe gets the goals that I think a lot of us think he can get, if Benno Anderson gets the kind of goals that I think we all think he's capable of, then at some point Cal Wootton is probably going to lose his place in that starting 11 unless he starts to add a lot of goals to his game as well. So it'd be interesting to see how Challinor manages the minutes of all these 3 strikers that we now have. And as I said, it will be clamours for those players to be involved on Sunday. But I do think that Wootton will start the game, and I do think we'll see one of those, if not both of those options, come off the bench on Sunday. And who knows, maybe just one of them or both of them could have some form of an impact in the game. But yeah, as I say, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be an exciting season. And I'm very excited now with the attacking options we've got going into the season. I think that Jaden Fevre is a little bit behind as well. I've not heard what the situation is with him injury-wise, but I don't think he's been involved in the pre-season game, so that's why I've left him out and had Diamond on the right to start in that 4-2-3-1 formation. But yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. Do County win on opening day against Bolton. Well, we broke that record, that unwanted record last season with a home win against Cambridge on opening day. We had a great record against them last season, of course, 5-0 and then 1-0. So, of course, I've got to back Stockport County to win on opening day, but I do think it will be a tough season. I think it will probably be a tougher season than what we saw last season. We're walking into the unknown a little bit more without a really clear and obvious team that we all expect to win at the top of that table. So, I do think we'll win. I do think we'll win on opening day. And if I'm pushed for a score prediction, I'm going to go with it's kind of a safe one, isn't it? It's I think we'll win, and then I say 2-1. It kind of means, Bolton will also get a goal as well. So I think I'm going to go with a 2-1 County win on opening day against Bolton Wanderers. Very much looking forward to it. Want to get your thoughts on it as well, of course, in the comment section below. Who do you think is going to start the game? Do you think we could see a Benno Anderson or a Nathan Lowe start the game? What would be your starting 11? Want to get all your thoughts in the comment section below on this one. Don't forget to like the video if you have enjoyed it. Do subscribe if you are new, and as always, thanks for watching.